Good morning, TIs from the UK again. Right, just following on from the previous post on my YouTube channel, talking about the apps that some of us can get, depending on your targeting, whether they're doing medical research, on track and trace research on your body. It will depend on what apps you've got and whether the apps will work. So with me, ultrasound detector, infrasound detector, and the hidden devices detector. This one here, it picks up the covert operators technologies that they are using on me. So the infrasound goes off virtually every day, and you don't need to have your internet data on for it to detect the equipment the covert operators are using around me, which is linked to medical research, NHS England, abusers, and the covert operators, mercenaries, contractors they have used, if someone retired, evil wrongdoers, been doing it all their lives, the senior ones, training new generation of contractors, mercenaries, armed forces people, firemen, road police officers, and the community members, doorman security, security guards, landlords, and people who want to make some easy cash, spying on people, and aiming equipment at them. It's easy, isn't it? They are doing this for the local people who work in healthcare and in the medical industry, in the NHS, for them to have careers at the expense of targets they are abusing and radiating. While the photographs and videos they are taking, if a target ain't degenerated, ain't physically or mentally handicapped, they will film other people, put it into a database, edit it all, and then try and make out it's their target when they network it back to the abusers in the local social services, NHS, mental health, and elderly care home sectors. Detaining system, desperate detaining system. When it comes to me, my mother, and my brother, they are trying to stitch and frame. And they're trying to degenerate us via constant EMF radiation, via neuroscience skullduggery, trying to depattern our brains, our thought and thinking processes, and trying to sabotage our neurological circuitry in our brains, all the paths, all the neurons, and our internal organs, and our limbs, mapping out our whole bodies while we're sleeping or sitting down in a chair all day, if we're not working. Yeah, in our everyday vicinity, that's what they're doing. Trying to destroy our bodies, our blood cells, our skin cells, and trying to short circuit our limbs, trying to disable us. With me, we're trying to do my feet. With my brother, we're doing the neurological skullduggery. Along with my mother, we're doing the neurological circuitry linked to abusing in authority, sickening, evil, barbaric neuroscience, skullduggery. And the people they've allowed get access to, let alone in Coventry, Birmingham, all over the West Midlands, they think they can sit there watching it all as dirty, disgusting, evil, voyeuristic, modern day people Tom gang members. Watching from the comfort of their own home, on the computers, on the tablets, on the mobiles. Well, of course, they've got access to all our mobile phones, using Pegasus or whatever. Armed forces, police, technologies, and that's how we run our phones 24 hours a day. And I know a lot of the old doorman association, they get kicks out of it because they're evil. That's how they made their monies. Well, when it comes to conversation skills, anyone who's trying to put down my conversation skills, TRs out there. Sorry if you can't understand it clearly. Some say I'm speaking too fast. While also realise they can sabotage our sound recordings so that it doesn't sound clearly and disrupt the communications, the exposure that we are putting out there. Realise that, TIs. They can sabotage our sound recordings, sabotage our voices when we're trying to expose it all. Well, really, I find it really funny. when they're trying to get a bunch of Birmingham people trying to say they can't understand my communications. It's like a lot of people worldwide, so they can't understand Birmingham accents. So as you can see, this infrasound app goes off daily, giving them addresses, nearby locations of the covert abusers. And because I've been staying at my mother's for the last 2 months, eat healthy, sleep well, dress well, hygiene well, realise, yeah, the compulsive liars, when they're communicating, making audacious, slanderous phone calls to social services workers, healthcare, NHS abusers, and mental health administrators. They're all conspiring together, and they're all sick, they're all weirdos, and the person in charge is a vindictive, racist, targeting bigot. He won't show his face, won't talk to me on the level. That's why I expose him. The person in charge of the whole operation thinks he's the scientists, thinks he's the sociologist. He thinks he's the bee's knees, thinking he can cover up all this surveillance monitoring abuse around me and my family. And I'm not having it. They went about it the wrong way. They dived in head first to criminal practice, to do hidden case studies, to do clinical close-up trials in works areas, to do comparisons of our lifestyles. That's why I want memories of it all. So they can show off of what was done to me and my family, which is evil. Well, all TIs realise there's no hiding, is there? So no matter what I expose, don't get your knickers in a twist. If you see any information linked in Zoom, or your name comes up across the top because you're on social media, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Telegram, yeah, they're on your phone, they're on my phone, they know who's who. Government people know who's who. They've got a census of where everyone lives. The police have got record of people in the community. So don't think or don't fall victim to brain manipulation that's going on around TR networks. And realise TR networks are infiltrated. They've got fraudsters in there, fraudsters on Zoom, popping in, perps, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, over actors on our Zoom meetings, on our social media, Facebook, Telegram, WhatsApp. Yeah, realise what Edward Snowden said. Julian Assange were putting it out there. And realise the technology, Pegasus and all the telecommunications giants, they have backdoor access and can access worldwide web communications, on whatever device, and see who's communicating with who. So don't TI community, don't get brain manipulated against each other. And realise obviously as well, there's loads of stage actors in amongst our community trying to infiltrate, trying to entrap, trying to turn TIs against other TIs. Well, also, it says there's plenty of TIs out there who are getting brain manipulated by the AI in your auditory effect, the V2K, skullduggery going on, because they can see who you're communicating with all over the world, let alone your local area, let alone with your family or in the works area. They can see who you communicate with on social media, and they use that against you, throw it into the V2K, into the psychological warfare operations, and try and play TIs against each other, or try and get into your thinking and thought process. Try and play mind games with you and other TIs. You fall out, you hate them, or send you on a wild goose chase, thinking that you should be with them. Or you can work better with these TIs, or with this TI. Yeah, it's all part of the massive brain manipulation, skullduggery that's going on with governments and bona fide illegal criminal practicing evil researchers who play devilish games. Devil on the soldier, on the shoulder syndrome. That's what the brain manipulation is all about. That's that scenario. Devil on the shoulder. Right, okay, and also as well, they can disable the apps. A lot of the time they're disabling my ultrasound app because that's what they're using for human biology. When they capture my body, when I'm going to the toilet, sitting on the toilet, having a bath, having a shower, lying in bed, or standing, head to toe. They'll capture the stance, body language of my body, use ant-lining technologies to capture it all. Then when they're desperate to slander me, do a defamation of character, and think they can get the social services, NHS, healthcare, mental health abusers, swoop and put a kill, they'd edit it all, go into a database, put in someone else's slim, skinny frame, or someone taking drugs, or whatever, indulging in alcohol, edit it all, and try and status me, or my mother, or my brother, or whoever else we're trying to do it to in the future. So that's why we need to expose these programs, because it's just because they'll target future generations. It ain't just about STIs now. If these programs, targeting programs, do not get stopped, they'll be targeting other families and other individuals worldwide, let alone in our local community. So that's why we have to warn communities, warn the public, warn our friends, associates, past and present, of what these evil covert operators are all about, and that they are criminal practicing. They've got no hard court warrants. They've got no authority. That's why there's all different ages, people from all walks of life, from all different colours, different cultures, different creeds, who are participating because they want to earn some easy money, aiming a bit of a cut at someone. Anyone can do it if you do evil. And you've got no moral compass, no human empathy, no human compassion. And that's where all these evil targeting networks, mercenaries, rogue police officers, rogue government people, that's a category they fall into. They've got no moral compass. They've got no human compassion, no human empathy, and they do anything for money. And that includes radioing people, spying on people 24 hours a day, doing cybercrime on people. Well, a lot of them, they want to help their families, people they know who work in the council, local authority, who work in the NHS medical industry, trying to help them have careers at the expense of targets. Trying to turn a blind eye to the covert operators who are radioing 24/7 and trying to dysfunction targets with the Alan Frey auditory effect, what you want to call it, V2K, voice of God. Synthetic telepathy. The violence syndrome. All various names to it all, but it's all the same. It's all linked to brain manipulation and dysfunction in someone's thinking and thought process. And there's loads of patents out there. So I think that's about all I wanted to throw in for today. Yeah, it's a worldwide problem. And when they list you as a target and they want to defraud, they're throwing loads of other people's eyes, facial looks, body shapes, biometrics, and now neurological circuitry works of the neurons and the brain-computer interface and visuals. They can edit all that from someone else and try and get damning personal prosecutions. In the infamous corrupted racketeering kangaroo courts, in the UK they're called the Family Courts of Protection, with social services, healthcare, NHS, mental health and elderly care home management abusers use to try and get court orders on targets. While making out they need divine intervention, they need to be put into care, because they've got a big list of symptoms and illnesses and disabilities they can lie about and try and label targets with, while also the experiences of retired seniors used to work or still work in the authority, healthcare, medical, elderly care home system, mental health system. They've got their experiences and can tell lies to label targets with and try and get court orders on them. It's how vicious they are, it's how evil they are. And so it's why targeted individuals worldwide are putting the experiences out, sharing the information, and trying to expose it all for the good of humanity. Everyone digest it all, psychoanalyse it all, TIs, keep it real. Do not get drowned out by the brain manipulation, the evil sorcery that we're trying to sabotage your thinking and thought process with about other TIs and about your community members or co-workers or family or friends. Because that's their game. Mental mind games. Everyone have a good day.